Deep within the southwest corner of Virginia, if you travel down Country Road 614, you're going to find the Poor Valley. This is the Carter family fold, which is exactly where country music got its start.
The Carter family has been on the site for well over 100 years, and weekly they throw a proper jamboree that celebrates old-timey country and bluegrass music. Their family recorded the first country album and put it on the map in 1927. The popularity of their songs helped radio take its stronghold and records become a popular medium. Today, they keep the tradition alive with grandparents that can relive their youth as the youth is introduced to their future. Today, the tradition is kept alive by AP's granddaughter, Rita, who, well into her 80s, is a lightning bolt of energy. She showed us around the family museum, which was full of artifacts from the Carters' past, including a few personal stories that really brought the history alive.
If you look on this side, there's a nail holding up his suspender. It broke, and there's a nail that he's got in there.
Oh, yeah?
And if you would sit wrong on his up, that nail would poke you. And then these were the clothes that John Jr. wore to the Nixon White House.
Wow.
And John bent over to get a guitar pick, and he busted the honey in of his tuxedo breeches. And Aunt Mabel looked at him, she loved to poke fun at him, and she said, "John, honey." Well, she said, "They tell me you've got the #1 album, the #1 TV show. You're the #1 person in country music." But she said, "You know what happened tonight?" And John said, "No." And she said, "Tonight, God busted your breeches." And honey, there they are.
And that's the truth.
And that's the truth.
We even got to visit the actual cabin AP was born in nearly a century ago. Being on hallowed country grounds, I wanted to ask Rita a question that I thought she'd be an authority to answer.
I have a question for you, if I can.
Sure.
I imagine you consider yourself an American.
Yes.
What is great about being American to you?
Well, I think America is so many things to so many people. I mean, look at all the nationalities that I represent, but
Yeah.
I'm American.
Right.
You know, so I like to think that I took a little bit of the good of all of that, and that's what made me an American.
Right.
You know, and I love the way America has their arms open. That's the way my family always was. When I think of Johnny Cash, when I think of my mother and my grandfather, who traveled with a black man in the 20s to hunt songs, and that was unheard of in the mountains.
Sure.
Most people would have probably killed him.
Right.
And I know a lady came to the phone not long ago, and she said she knew Leslie Riddle, and she said, he told me a story about they were traveling, you know, and playing, and they went and stopped to eat, and of course the blacks couldn't eat everywhere the whites ate.
Sure.
And they couldn't go to the bathroom, they couldn't use fountains. And they told, my granddad said, well, we can serve y'all, but we can't serve him. And my granddad just stood up. He didn't say an unkind thing. He just said, well, that's all right. He said, we'll eat elsewhere. And we just took everybody elsewhere.
Regardless of your position on country music, it's impossible not to feel the love and good vibes that spring from this magical place, hopefully for generations to come.